Welcome. So we have here Francois Dreux, a French healer, musicologue, person who has studied a lot of different aspects of vibration that we're going to be talking today. So you went to Berklee College of Music and you did some time at a sound healing academy. Now you are between France and Ibiza, and here you are today being interviewed by myself and Elisabeth Rockenbach from Universal Healing, who is my healer friend, and Liz Bullen, who is the magic behind Universal Healing Group in the marketing and creation of Universal Healing Group. So hello.
Very nice to meet you, to meet all of you. Very, very honored and pleased to meet you and to share.
Really wonderful. So Francois-Marie, you have written a book that's absolutely fascinating. That's in French. It's called Tout est vibration. So all is vibration. So do you want to say what you mean by that?
Oh,
it's a 300 pages book. So it's like, can you say it in 3 sentences?
In 3 sentences. Well, is to I'm a musician, and I was in my life very many times been amazed by the power of the music in terms of how it connects to our emotion, to higher state of consciousness, to different realms, and part of me just loved to experience it, and a part of me wanted to understand it, and everything is vibration. That is one of the 7 principles of Hermetic philosophy from Egypt. Everything is vibration, everything is rhythm. So this is something that is scientific and spiritual. Everything is vibration, yeah, and this is the nature of reality. So my will was to understand what is the nature of reality. And once you understand and feel that everything is vibration, then the more you understand and feel it, the more you have a better use of this vibration through music, through the energy of the body, the hands, the vibration of my thoughts, my intention, my feelings, and the better understanding I have, the better use of the vibration I have to get into, to be in resonance with other vibration of the universe, in order to have a better communication, a better harmony between 2 things that vibrates.
So what you're saying is that I'm vibration. All my body is vibration. All our body is vibration. Everything what we have around us is vibration, and the cosmos is vibration. So really, all of it is vibration. This glass is vibration. This water is vibration. So how come it is not a cacophony? How come it is? Is it a cacophony?
Because not all vibrations are sound. So do you want me to do like to share the screen for you to have like
yes, please, yeah,
just to understand? So
please, can you make Francois-Marie co-host? Yeah, great.
Is that okay? Yeah,
great, lovely.
So to quickly answer your question, so why is it not like chaos? Because everything is vibration. We are made of billions of atoms that vibrates at a very, very, very high level, but we don't hear them. But that's what we are. We are energy. I could say everything is vibration. I could say everything is energy. I could say everything is rhythm. It's the same way. Everything is frequency. But you have light is frequency, sound is frequency, a molecule is a frequency, an element is a frequency, an emotion is a frequency. So some you don't hear them, but you feel them in many ways. Your body is an antenna. So let me show you just this here. Everything that we experience through our senses, sound, light, touch, is a vibration. And when I say everything is vibration, you can hear it in terms of spirituality. Everything is connected, everything is one. But there is a real scientific explanation of it, a way to look at it. It's that, okay, if we take a very tiny unity of matter to a very large one, well, we have the atom. We can go even in a smaller part of the atoms, but let's take the atom. It's vibrating a very, very high degree that we don't hear, but that is creating energy, light. And when atoms come together, they create molecules, like water, or like all the molecules in the universe. And when molecules, and they vibrate to a specific rate, very high rate, near the infrared spectrum of vibration, then molecules come together and create cells. And the cells of your body, then the cells comes together and create organisms, a human being, a plant, an animal. And you have the different vibration of your subtle bodies. And we are living on a planet that is vibrating to a specific rate. And in the solar system with among stars that are vibrating because it's light. But not only, we know now that there is a sound, a specific sound in stars. For instance, the sun, it's a G, it's a G. In French, we say sol. So it's funny because the soleil, the sol, and the galaxy have a specific frequency. So it's very, everything is vibration. But okay, when I hit a tuning fork, for instance, this one, ding, I hear it, and I can hear it, and it vibrates. Okay, this is only one frequency. But a human being is a lot of, okay, there's the vibration of your cells, of your brain waves, of your emotions, of your thoughts. So it's a very complex, multi-factor, complex of different vibrations. So we cannot really say you are this kind of vibration, you're mixed, but I can feel one unity over this. And this is changing throughout the days. Throughout the day, different depending on your mood, on your energy, on the people you meet, or where you are, or your environment, different thing. It's always changing, but
basically what you're saying is that we are a symphony of vibration.
Completely, we are harmony. Harmony is we are music. Actually, music is the fact that it's a combination of frequency. We are made of very different frequency, and some frequency works together. In terms, there's a constructive interference, which is called consonance, or destructive interference. If I throw a stone in the water, okay, you have the waves, and sometimes and I throw another stone, so you have resonance, two energy coming together. That's what we call resonance. And sometimes it really works together in a harmonious way. And that's what we call in music consonance. Or sometimes the vibration, the interference doesn't work together. And it's called dissonance. So more you listen, you feel it with the music. It's the musical, the harmonious laws that you hear in music are everywhere in your atoms, in your cell. This is the same. This is what we call harmonics, and harmonics is 1 divided by 1 by 2. Those are fractals. But yeah, we are a symphony. We are a melody. Yeah, for sure. It's a poetic, but it's a real scientific, concrete, physical reality.
Right, that's wonderful. That's a very exciting thought, but it's like, let me slow it down a little bit so that I kind of follow you. So you're talking about the dissonance that, you know, that when the frequencies don't, they kind of like when they don't go together. Is that, for example, then is it related with diseases and when we get sick? So is that when we are, like, for example, aligned and grounded and we have positive intention, then we are in harmony and our body supports what we are doing, and we are okay with our thoughts and with our psychological aspects of ourselves. So then we are in harmony. And when we don't, when one of these is not functioning in the harmony, is that when the sickness would be able to enter, or am I making too simplistic?
No, we need that simplicity, but for yes, because we need to be schematic, and I will just say yes. This is the main subject around this, but then people say, oh, so I just have to be harmonious to heal what? To heal a cancer, to heal a little headache, so it depends on what you want to heal. Is it physical, emotional, chronic pain? So, you know, people I used to work in a cancer institute with tuning fork, and they say, you're not going to heal my cancer with this. But you know, people had really the tuning forks, I can really take away a lot of pain, of blocks, and you know, so the more you release different kind of pains, and every day at some point you get a little bit better, and then you can heal sometimes from different sides. So it's always very complex, but the simplicity of the unity of sound. For instance, I love to. The book talks a lot about a lot of things, but you can sum it up to just meditate and breathe deeply and just do a sound and really connect to the coherence, because what we are talking about in terms of health is coherence. And coherence is just like, I don't know if I have something to show you, but it's just like a wave that goes up and down in a sine wave. This is coherence. This is balance. It goes up and down the same way. So there's an alignment. So the energy completely flows. This is incoherence will be like like this. So for going from here to here, it's going to take a lot of time. So it creates inflammation. The information doesn't go through. And so what we are looking for is coherence. It's for the flow of an energy. And this is what you hear in a beautiful sound. When you have dissonance, two sound that doesn't work together, it creates tension and it blocks the energy.
Right.
In the opposite, when you hear harmonious sound, the flow energy completely circulates, and in the body, in the physical body, it helps the circulation of energy between the cells, and this is how you heal, actually.
Right. So when you're talking about coherence, we can also talk about the life force, like, you know, the bigger life force, and it's like inside the same waves that go in the same time. And it's like when we are flowing with everything what is, when we're not trying to block it, or we're not trying to go against it.
Yeah, completely, right? That's why meditation, or just being in the present time, acceptation, is maybe the strongest way to heal. It's just because we never know what we are resisting against, and so it's a long subject to talk about. But yeah, the matter is to try to get into the flow and using sound. The sound music show us energetically how to do it. So that's why I think one of the most therapeutic way is just to breathe deeply like we did, and then to do sound. And it's not about the beauty of the voice. When I do a sound like this, there's almost 400 vibration per second, like this, and it's very completely sinusoidal. It gives So this information, when I sing it a long time in my, then the water of my brain completely resonate in coherence.
Mhm.
So the neuroendocrine system receive like a very coherent energy, and it helps when, because to rebalance the stress. Stress creates a lot of non-linear flow of energy, and and stress, emotion, thoughts, different things. So just the fact that I do will give back a self-organized, coherent information that I don't have to think about, and that is really effective in terms of harmony and healing. Yeah.
Could I ask something? Hi. Because what I'm hearing you say is that in a way we have such synchronicity in the work that we do, because our healers, we work on the, you know, on the field of energy that kind of permeates everything in existence. And our thing, that the work that we do is also about this group, working in a group. So there's always a group of healers, a group of participants. So when I'm hearing you talk about the resonance of the sound and this this kind of healing effect of it, I'm wondering what your take is on when you have a larger group of people. I mean, if you do it as an individual, and then the difference between if you've got groups, you know, like a symphony as opposed to an individual.
You mean, are you asking what is the difference?
Well, I'm just asking you because we feel in our work that it magnifies this healing field, and this you know, there's a huge magnification as when you start working in groups. And I'm feeling that what I'm hearing you say, and what I'm feeling is that when you working, you know, in a group of people, and like when you work in a symphony or an orchestra, that there's a huge magnification of this resonance and this, you know, coherence.
Completely. It's to me, the most powerful group is when we are in a circle and we do breathing exercise before, and then we get into meditation, and then we use sound with the voices. Sometimes I do it quite often. Even this weekend, it was like a training with people who never done that. So, you know, if you with the breathing, you really help to people to really get into the present. Then using sound in circle magnify the energetic field, and something happens that is really much bigger than the sum of each individual. Something very strong happens. So so we really get healed. Each individual gets healed when we do a circle in a way that is exponential. It's very impressive. Yeah.
So Francois-Marie, when we do healing groups, so I think that they could be similar to what you do, your singing groups, is that we have like today we have 4 healers for a heart healing. So the 4 healers get together 15 minutes before the meeting, and we align ourselves with breathing and with being this kind of like a longer alignment, what we did in the beginning of this interview. And then the healers will go to the group, it might be between 40 to 70 people, and we look at what is happening in the group, whether it is on the physical, emotional, spiritual, or mental level, and hear what is happening, and hold those places which are hurtful and which are really needing some healing. We hold that with love and compassion, and then healing actually happens. So can you understand that? And is it similar to the sound healing that you're talking about?
Yes, sure. It's the same. Well, there's a lot of things you are talking about, so I can relate in many different aspects. But yeah, when we do a circle, well, it depends. When I do sound healing, sometimes I'm alone with the client. You know, I use the tuning fork. I use I do a sound bath. I use different techniques. I use my hands too. But when we do as a collective, there's a moment where something from above is it's like a space, an open space where different kind of energy can come, and where I don't have to think about it. If I just align myself and everybody align, something very strong happens, and we use them, and the sound that arrives are very strange, are very sometimes unknown. We don't know. We channel some kind of sound that the person doesn't realize what is singing, and it's a very strong energy. That is the energy that is needed in a moment. Sometimes it's very strong, too strong for the person. And sometimes, as you said, with a lot of empathy, you hold the space to rebalance something that is not balanced. So it's also working with very difficult energy sometimes, but we don't harmonize what is already harmonized. So it's all about acceptation and letting go. And
yeah, I think. Sorry. Go ahead, Ulysses. We can't hear you.
Sorry about that. Similar to the healing work that we do, is it goes beyond, it goes beyond the mind. So this is almost a direct receiving when you give that type of healing, that it's just, people don't understand it, and it's not something that they can rationalize like they can in the medical world, that it's a type of healing, energy healing, vibration that just goes directly like through the field and heals in that way, which I think is something that people are so needing and so receptive to these days, is what I'm hearing.
Completely. There's this very longing, a need to not to understand, but to feel that higher power. But that go through us. It's not it's doing itself. We are parts of the united field. And if we really connect to our center, then it really goes through us, and then we are part of the miracle. I was just a musician, and 10 years ago, I just wanted to heal myself. I needed, and then a lot of little miracles happened through my body, and I was just witnessing it. And then I transmit it, and I can see people taking back their spiritual healing power. It's not just about religion; it's their spiritual healing energy potential that they start to feel and manifest and experience in a group, and then on their own. And sometimes they also want to understand, but there is something that we can feel and understand, something we cannot understand. That silence is not nothing. Silence is a perfect balance. If I can show you this. Let me take this book. I should have it here, but I can't find it now. I don't want to take.
While you're looking, I just wanted to make a comment that it feels as if the world is looking for this. Like, especially after the last 2 years of what people have experienced in the world, that this is like the ancient arts of healing that for people have used for thousands and thousands of years, that has such a direct healing response or opening response, and opening our consciousness and who we are. And it feels like the work that we do is similar in a different language, let's say, but this work is like, people are desperate for this work in the world. So it's beautiful because it's healing humanity.
And I love what you're saying, Francois, that this is like we're taking the power from ourselves, that we sort of are channeling from source to create a sound or to create a vibration. But that really allows us to receive and empowers us to receive what we need as a client or someone who's struggling with something and wants healing.
Yeah, this is where what is really beautiful, the magic of all this is the unity of individual and collective. As we go into the Aquarius age, you know, we are like, it's not before, okay, the healing, there is a doctor, he knows more, it's hierarchic. I listen to him like a father and like a God with the father, and I don't, so people don't take the responsibility and they don't take the power of them. It was actually a way to control them, but it was probably a way for humanity to, we have to go through that. But what we're going through now is, okay, I experience the spiritual of the universe, the power of the energy of a lot of things, and I feel it inside me, and then I use it. So I'm part of God, and God is inside me, or the source, the energy. And what is beautiful in the circles, I'm the first one to benefit, but in sync, everybody benefits. So there is no difference between individual. There's no balance. I mean, hierarchy of interest between the individual and the collective. It really harmonizes the two of them.
Right.
And this is why, so when you give a healing, or when you're doing a sound, like work with sound, that you actually experience the benefit, you know, it's not separate, the healer, the client, sort of like doctor patient, right? It's everyone who participates receives.
That's what is the resonance. That's why I wanted to talk a little bit, because we say everything is vibration. So you have the, no, this is not what I wanted to show. Where it is, sorry. Up, everything is vibration. We said it before, okay? And but then what is really important to understand is the concept of resonance. And resonance is not it's not the echo. Resonance is, if I, let me look for it. If I, those are two tuning forks. If I hit one, okay, so I create the energy. I knock it, it's ringing, okay? If I bring the other one close to this one is gonna vibrate. This one is gonna vibrate. And it's like magical, you know, because why? You know, you don't see it. But that's what we have to really understand about a resonance. Resonance, it's a transfer of energy. And for this, those two things have to be in the same frequency, or one harmonics, which is just divided by 2, by 3, by 4. Those are the fractals. But if two things are in the same wavelength, the same frequency, they're gonna vibrate together. So you see it in the shape when I just show you. You know, something is vibrating, and it's gonna it's like a radio antenna. There's the emission and reception, and everything in life is a matter of what you want to get in tune with. You know, first with yourself, with the most luminous part in yourself, the most luminous part of somebody. Okay, you have somebody who is sick, and you know, so there's a lot of disharmony, but you're going to connect to the higher parts of this person in order for them to harmonize again. So, but it's the same thing between me and a plant, between two of your cells. When there's a problem of communication with the cell and creates inflammation or cancer or whatever, it's just that there is not a good resonance between two things. So, and resonance, you hear it there too. This is, you hear it, and so.
So for me, you're talking about homeostasis also, that you're talking about the nature's like default mode to try to find the coherence, try to find the balance, try to find the homeostasis, whether it is in our body or whether it is in the nature. wherever it is. So in a way, I think that you could think that our healers, the ones who are leading the healers, are the tuning forks in our universal healing.
Completely. And actually, one human being is not as simple as this, but we are a lot of vibration, but we can sum everything to the vibration of your heart, not the organ, but the connection to the source, and which is a perfect balance. That's what I wanted to show you before, because I couldn't find it before. Is if you look at this, actually sound can create silence. Those are the two same vibration, and when it's exactly in phase, it adds up. Okay, so it's stronger. Here it's the same frequency, but it's not the same phase. It's in mirror, so it creates silence. So silence, or the void, or death, or the black is not nothing. It's a perfect balance. So this is what, for me, is the energy of the heart. It's not just love. That's where love comes from, but that's where the healing energy comes from. That's where the light from. It's from this connection. So we are a lot of vibration. We connect to simple thing, which is a point of balance inside each one of yourself, but inside your heart. Then you can be like this tuning fork that really will harmonize the space without even talking, just by your presence and with your hands, with your eyes, with your words, or we're playing music or painting. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm also fascinated about is because you're talking about how vibration's almost like the thing that connects the language, the thing that connects everything. And we work with how the energy field connects everything in the universe, and that's how the healers work. That there's people all over the world, and they connect through the energy field. To work on people in different countries and that. And I'm trying to understand just very technically that vibration is the same thing. That vibration moves throughout the whole universe, almost like a life pulse.
There is only one ocean of vibration, and the drop of the oceans are vibrating in different frequency, and those different frequency creates the illusion that it's separated, but this is one ocean of vibration. And this is why I said I never thought I would write a book. I was just a musician that was trying to get better 10 years ago. But I had a near-death experience. All I can say about it is I felt I was a vibration within an ocean of vibration, and it was ecstatic. And that's why when I came back, I wanted to understand more about this reality that I felt, but I sometimes forget in this 3D world. But I really understand why. That's why I'm really fascinated by people who do remote healing, and I wanted to understand. So all this understanding of scalar waves is a way for us to start to understand, because we are used to electromagnetic energy, waves, or sound. If I say, oh, okay, maybe my neighbor's gonna hear it, but then it goes away, the energy doesn't go. The light, okay, the light can go pretty far, but it will stop at some point. Scalar waves don't stop. From A to B, the signal gets stronger because it feeds itself from the harmonic energy of the void that is that is between A and B. It's the understanding we have for free energy. So it will be long to talk about it, but in a way, quantic physics as a real way to really interesting way to explain that. And if I can show you something, I love just to look at it this way, in a scientific way. But you take a laser beam, and the laser beam go through this crystal, okay, this light, okay, and this unity, this crystal is gonna then do like a No, you can. I should have. Sorry. Do you see what I'm show? Yeah, I was sharing the screen. Did you see it?
Not yet. No, no.
Not now.
Oh, so I was talking. Okay, let me. Sorry. This was. I
Yes,
guess it
now we
was.
see.
Elizabeth just dropped off because she's starting the healing at the hour. Oh well.
Sorry.
No, Elizabeth, she just dropped off the call because she's
Yeah,
got.
I can go. Okay. What I wanted to say about this is, if you take, okay, you send a laser beam through a crystal, and the light will do like this, okay? So the little unity of light, which we call photon, okay, one photon is going here, and then is going to be here and here in the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we call everything quantic intrication. Everything is completely connected, is one. It depends on which dimension you see it, but since we know we come from one, or with some people call it the Big Bang or whatever, but Big Bang is not always something that happens before. It's always happening. There is always a reality that you see here that is coming from a point of unity in it. And so when you see A and B here, they come from the same thing. So some people will call it, that's a laser beam, but that's unity. That's Ein Sof. Here the crystal is like the Big Bang, the diffraction of the energy of the unity. And then you have time and space. So what we understand in quantum physics, if you take one photon and the other photon, you move one, the other is going to completely move exactly the same way at the same time. So they understood that it was not only relativity. The information doesn't take time from A to B. It's sync. It's at the same time. So that's why we understand that. So when a human being, through this power of his mind and soul, has the ability to connect to this oneness that he has inside, then he connects to the unity of everything.
Right.
So this is, for me, I don't really do remote healing, but I can feel it, or I receive it sometimes, or I do it with sound, with synchronicity, with sending thoughts or love to other people from afar. And this is the way I understand it in terms of energy.
I wanted to ask you, just because we're about to start the healing for the heart, how you work with the heart, and how you know, in your work, the human heart, because it feels almost like that's that crystal, that alchemic space of resonance,
yes,
coherence and homeostasis.
How do I work? It's a long question, but
I think all these questions that we're raising is like we could just spend hours on this.
Yeah,
we could spend hours. If I look at this, and I will probably try to answer away. But if I okay, you see the hand, you play one string, it's gonna vibrate in this unity, but you're gonna see different shapes, and those different shapes are what we call harmonics. You have the harmonics in the energy of the atom, of your molecules, in between two notes that you will hear that are harmonious or not harmonious. Between the distance between the planets are harmonics. This is the same law that applies everything. So when I play one like this, I'm always singing the same note, but you hear other notes. Those harmonic in one, that's like the white lights, you have all the colors. In one sound, you have all of them. So this is all about the scientific or metaphysical explanation of what is the heart. But through sound, you understand that, and then the important is to feel it. So when you play, first, well, this is that was a bit of explanation, but then how I use it? Well, for myself, since the heart is very sacred because it's a connection to unity. I'm trying to explain things, but who am I to explain? Then it's about how I feel it and how I can use it. And for me, it's touching the unity, it's touching the sacred. So for people, we really have to let go a lot of things before we are able to do that. So I find very effective a lot of deep breathing, like holotropic breathing. You know, for half an hour, I will do like 10 minutes of deep holotropic breathing, then very slow breathing. Then we're going to sing. The people are going to be able to close their eyes and to be easily in connection, in introspection, quite easily. The mental is cut if you do a lot of deep breathing before. And then they can really easily, even if it's the first time they do it, connect inside and then start to feel not their personality, not their identity, but their will, life force, essence, connection. And then sometimes they can cry when they feel that. And I think Ho'oponopono, a lot of technique like this about forgiving yourself to be the duality of unity, to be the perfect imperfection, and to connect that a lot of self-healing from connecting to this beautiful force that you have inside. Help us to really let go. And when we let go, then there's a more fluid energy of the universe that is way much bigger than I, but that flows through I. And that heals my heart, and that heals the heart of the people that are around, that are doing the same practice. This is the way I do it. And then when we sing, then we dance and we play. Some people, sometimes they never did music, they never sing. If you do the little practice before, pooh, everybody is a musician. Everybody, because the heart is free. And you have to do it the day after, because everything is movement and open, close, open, close, open, close. So every day is a new life. So you have to try to take everything out of the heart that is not necessary to be able to receive something stronger from above.
So what you're saying is that you are establishing a new balance. You are letting go of things and learning a new way of being, which is actually, you know, what we as healers, we have gone through 4 to 7 years of letting go of those small places which we felt that we were hurt. We were hurt and we had pain, and it's just like allowing that to go and to be in that connection, to be in that alignment of the heart, combining heart and mind, and being deeply grounded and being that healing fork, that sound fork for our clients.
Completely, and it's all about acceptation, because we all have trauma and wounds, and the challenge is to reopen all the time. This is the
Absolutely.
so for a lot of healers, we have to you know, like a healer, sometimes we cannot heal himself or cannot heal his family. This is a beautiful challenge, because what you learn through that is that you always have to open. It's infinite, and yeah.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful work that never stops, because I think that when it stops and when you are so healed, maybe it's time to go somewhere else. It's an everyday
to live
work.
in joy and bliss then.
As long as you're sick, you're alive. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So when is your book going to be available?
Well, it's available in France, in French.
Okay.
In French.
The French people.
For about almost a year. I'm looking for English publishers, so if you have any idea. But
so I hope that somebody hears it out there. There's a wonderful, amazing book that needs a publisher.
Yeah.
And the book, I have the privilege of having read the book, and it is just an amazing all the aspects that you bring in the book about growing plants, agriculture. It is just like the book gives so much hope.
Well, thank you so much. Okay, I can just show you a little bit. It's a lot of information on one slide, but I'm gonna just quickly do that. Sorry, where it is.
Remember to share the screen as well.
Yeah, share the screen. Oh, okay, so it's not about economy. We don't care. It's about love. Okay, it's when we understand the power of sound and vibration, we understand how to have a better use of this power of sound and vibration. And it has effects. Well, for me, it has also effects on the industrial companies, but I'm not going to go through that. But it has a real big effect on health, holistic health, integrative medicine, with sonic informative medicine, with ultrasounds in cancer research, in the fact when you use sound, actually sound or vibration, you know, yes, for sure. When you heal with your hands, it's a music, the music of your hands. Music is a combination of frequency that you have.
That's what we do.
That's what you're doing. You are playing with you are using a music that you cannot hear, but that you can feel. That's what you are doing, which is really beautiful. And I really encourage you to do the breathing exercise and a lot of sound, because when you do for like 5-10 minutes, the whole energy of the body changes and harmonizes. So then people, when they suddenly you feel a very beautiful energy in your hand, like so I guess you all have already a lot of practices, but I really find for me, which were never healing with my hand, I was using this and I was using my voice and instruments. The more I did like breathing exercises and sound, then I could feel my energy was completely aligned, harmonious, magnified. So it was very useful. But to go back to this, so what the book is about, if everything is vibration, it's about explaining this and explaining what is resonance, how we relate to each other, how we can have a more harmonious communication, and to develop a better holistic health, integrative medicine, how we can have better ecological solution when you have a good understanding of harmony and vibration. You can use free energy motors. The sound can purify water, can heat water, can heal plants, and there's this whole part of education, awareness. Well, we know that kids in school do much better when they do music, and it's a better way to for me, I was a musician. When I started to just stop and just do something happened in my being, and that was the start of the rise of awareness and about letting go and learning to love myself, to be able to give love more freely, more unconditionally. So this understanding that everything is vibration and how we relate to each other with resonance, to me is key to harmonious life on Earth. So I think it's very important.
Yeah, I love this slide because it's really kind of like it is the future is really there. It's like, you know, if we want to survive on this planet, this is where we would need to go.
Sure.
Really. So I'm just like curious. So obviously the breathing and singing and sound for you is primordial. So if you add there like mantra singing, like, you know, so how does it make it exponential? Gayatri mantra?
Yes, I would say
Or it doesn't matter?
well, it's like a school, it's like a square. Okay, you learn something, mantra, you learn this has different school, but to me, what I found the more effective is, like I said, like this three things to do: breathe, like deep breathing exercises, strong, then very slow connection to the heart, meditation to the heart. Then from this point of stillness, you use your voice. And actually, at this point, you don't need any more outside past techniques. Okay, it's good to sing some kind of mantra. To me, I love what we call kototama, which is the energy of vowels and consonants, which is amazing. But you can do Oponopono. Oponopono is a mantra, and you sing it. But I will say at this moment of stillness, the best is just to sing what you feel from inside. Because resonance is not only A and B. Resonance is also inside, outside.
So make your own song. Make your own symphony. Make your own song. Listen to yourself.
You sing your heart, and this is the song of your heart, and this is the most powerful. You cannot be. This is the most powerful thing for you. So deep breathing, connection, a slow breathing connection to your inner side. And then from this, at the beginning, some people who are not confident with their voice, okay, let's sing a mantra, let's sing home, let's sing a song, whatever. But at some point, you just sing. That's what I try to bring people to do in individual session. And they lie down and they do breathing. And then at some point, they sing completely freely, but they sing eyes closed, connected to the heart. And it's like it's like a sphere opening, it's like a flower 360-degree opening, and something and this is not about the voice anymore. It's not about is the mantra nice. Then you really create your own mantra, your own, and then you put the intention of what you want to do for you, for the day, for the healing, and this become your mantra. So I try to bring people not to learn a technique, because this is like solfeggio. We don't care. We don't want to do solfeggio. We learn solfeggio to play music and to become Mozart. So it's nice to do a little technique, but the more is to, and this music is from inside. It's outside, but you feel it inside.
Oh, well, I love that freedom and that freedom of expression that you are inviting. So it's like, it's really, really beautiful. Yeah. So, José-Marie, thank you so much for doing this. If people want to get hold of you, your website is sonicmedicine.com.
Sonic Medicine, it's a medicine in French, MEDE.
Yes.
It's not med.
I will put the link, because I'm going to put this onto YouTube, and I'll put the link to your website in below as well, and on all the bios. Okay. Put it up so people can find you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having made our hearts sing.
But probably one day we will do like a session, because we were talking about it, and
we're definitely going to do that.
Yeah, a training of how we do that.
José-Marie, thank you so much.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you for being with us. Thank you.
Appreciate.
Thank you.